Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's Midnight 3 Bulletin. To the headlines. The Algerian community abroad hails the decision to open a new e-portal enabling them to voluntarily join the national retirement system as a concretization of the 51st commitment of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune. The international support for the first Sahrawi cause continues. This time an Italian medical mission is present in the Sahrawi refugee camps to provide them with the necessary medical help. Mao Gate, one of the many Moroccan international scandals, still makes European headlines with new facts and details exposed. And we end with sports, where preparations are underway for Algeria's cycling tour with hundreds of participants from several countries expected to take part. Welcome again. The beginning of tonight's bulletin is with the reactions of the national community abroad welcoming the announcement of the Ministry of Labour, Employment and Social Security on launching an e-platform starting March 6 for the benefit of the national community abroad wishing to voluntarily join the national retirement system. Report by Algerian television's correspondent to France, Afaf Belhouchat, commented by Rania Al-Bahri.
From now on, members of the Algerian community established abroad can subscribe to a retirement pension in Algeria. All they have to do is register with the electronic platform of the National Social Security Fund, which will be operational from March 6th, a measure that was welcomed by members of the Algerian diaspora.
Oui, en effet, par rapport à l'assurance maladie, c'est une très très bonne chose.
I think that health insurance is a good initiative. I would like to thank the Algerian authorities for this achievement. It's a great news indeed. I immediately checked the website, which was easy access. Nevertheless, I think that we do need a user guide on how to use French and European credit cards for the contribution. We will keep following the website for updates. I'm a business executive. I think that it is a great chance for Algerians who will retire and come back to Algeria. It's a good thing.
I know that this initiative is for our benefit as much it is for the benefit of our diaspora. It often happens in Algeria, and this is true. When we have news of this kind, we are very happy. The long-term contribution system is a very good initiative, which goes in the direction of a better mobilization of the diaspora, which will find through this type of legal operation the lever to return to Algeria. Behind all these measures, there is a strong sign of mobilization of the Algerian diaspora, and so that it will participate in the economic and social development of the country. To benefit from a retirement pension in Algeria, the applicant must meet a certain number of conditions, in particular to have Algerian nationality and aged under 55 on the date of affiliation, a measure which, according to this economy professor, represents a non-negligible contribution of solidarity and a positive impact on growth. This measure is very interesting because it will allow all non-resident entrepreneurs to be able to have a contribution at the end of the month, which will be paid directly to Algeria. It's also a measure which is extremely interesting from an economic point of view, since it will be bringing several million euros per year, and this will strengthen the overall balance. It's also a measure that meets the expectations and requirements of most entrepreneurs who do not live on the national territory and who in particular wonder about their social security coverage when they carry out a commercial activity or an entrepreneurial activity. A measure that has a social and economic impact and will allow retirees living abroad to have all the benefits granted to retirees resident in Algeria.
In Bashar province, several delicate medical procedures were performed, marked by collaboration of two medical staffs. The first one is that of Bashar's Anti-Cancer Center. The second came all the way to Bashar's hospital from Iran. It was the opportunity for these two to share their expertise in this field. Ayman Hanfi, Sabran Tafrganit.
No less than 80 specialist doctors from Oran's hospital came to this province as part of an initiative that encourages cooperation between the different services of the country's hospitals. The surgery went pretty well. We were in constant contact with the surgeons, medicals and paramedical teams of the hospital. Taking the example of this anti-cancer center in Bashar province, where a surgical operation was performed by team surgeons participating in a tumor remover surgery, where they expressed their satisfaction of the twinning that includes the country's hospitals. We are here to provide help and to participate in implementing prosthesis. It's such an honor for us to participate in this cooperation and twinning procedure. We hope that it will include different branches. It's a great initiative that benefits us all. We had the chance to see how they work and vice versa. We are here to accompany the Senate Health Committee, the doctors present here, performing surgeries in the framework of a continuous inter-university training course. An initiative that would touch several other provinces of the country, and it is deemed as the perfect opportunity to share expertise between the different medical teams.
In the Sahrawi file, an Italian medical delegation came all the way to the Sahrawi refugee camps in Tindouf to provide the inhabitants of the last African colony with all the necessary treatment. Members of this delegation expressed their solidarity, to which Sahrawi refugees showed their appreciation since it helps them to overcome a very difficult life. Report by Ammar Touajin, commentary by Minan Ammari.
Italian medical teams are regularly visiting Sahrawi refugee camps to monitor medical follow-ups and provide them with all the necessary medical treatments. This multidisciplinary team showed its unwavering support to the Sahrawi people and their cause.
I would like to thank the Italian delegation that came here for us. It should be known that the health situation at the refugee camps is deplorable. We truly need them.
It is a good thing seeing doctors coming here to treat us. We hope that this will happen again because we need it. This delegation arrived at the right time. They examined all those with chronic illnesses and performed medical tests. We would like to thank them. A cross-functional team consisting of Italian doctors, namely diabetologists, optometrists and pediatricians, who will visit all the Sahrawi refugee camps to ensure quality health service for the benefit of the refugees.
Che è un'associazione di volontariato, un'associazione di volontari medici.
We are a group of volunteer doctors and we organized our first mission this year at the Sahrawi refugee camps. We focused during this mission on those with diabetes since it's very common. We benefited from the support of the Italian Sahrawi representation. We thank our company and representatives. Our mission is multidisciplinary and we're part of one of the most important solidarity movements with the Sahrawi people in Italy.
Che ci accompagnano.
Per poi tornare gli anni prossimi, sempre con la grande solidarietà con il
We will return in the next few years to show our strong solidarity with the Sahrawi people and to provide them with specific assistance.
A commendable initiative which reflects the strong solidarity towards the Sahrawi people, who will continue to fight for their legitimate right to self-determination.
The Marogate scandal still makes headlines in Europe with new facts on the case emerging. This time, the French newspaper L'Humanité published a shocking article on the details of the scheme by El Makhzen to recruit MEPs to serve their interests. Rania Al-Bahr.
Involved in a series of large-scale international scandals, the Makhzen regime struggles to find new gateways of influence. In the context of the Marogate scandal, the French newspaper L'Humanité published an article entitled "Under the Dark Side of the Senate: Christian Cambon's Moroccan Friendships." The newspaper refers to the politics of the influence that the Makhzen regime has in the heart of the European institutions, especially inside the French Senate. According to the newspaper, the senator of the Republican Party made frequent visits to Morocco and never refused to stop in Dakhlan La'youn in the Western Sahara territories occupied by the Makhzen regime. Christian Cambon is careful to not discuss about the official positions of Paris about this file, especially in the debates of the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee. It's not over for the Marzan regime. The Italian TV channel Rai 3 broadcasted a report on the issue of corruption within the European Parliament to shed light on the Marzan's intervention and espionage maneuvers with the corrupt deputies, as well as the crimes of the Moroccan occupation in Western Sahara. Entitled L'Europe à vendre, or Europe for Sale, presented through the Rai 3 program Presa Diretta. The report exposed actions of interference by the Marzan and several other European institutions by resorting to corruption and bribe influential personalities, and would have turned to a parliamentary group to cultivate its multiple interests.
To sports now, where the 23rd edition of Algeria's cycling tour will take place from March 7th to the 16th of the same month. The cyclists coming from 13 countries will go through several Algerian provinces. Coverage by Sami Ashishu, commentary by Sabrina Ferginet.
Several provinces of the country included Borj Bariri, Jimsila, Boussaada, Biskra, Betna, Stif, Konstantin, Skikda and Jijil, Bijaya and Tizi Ouzou will be part of the 23rd edition of the Algerian cycling tour, consisting of 10 stages. It will start the 7th of March from Borj Bariri and the arrival will be in Tizi Ouzou the 16th of March. Algiers Grand Prize is scheduled for the 17th of March. This Algerian cycling tour is part of the International Cycling Union's agenda. In this competition, different countries will be present, such as Germany, Italy, Tunisia, France, to name a few. This proves and reflects the importance of such event. It will allow our teams to face the best ones internationally. This event also has an economic and touristic dimensions. It will promote and introduce even more the country, which will attract more tourists. Algeria's tour will be the perfect opportunity for the visitors to discover our country, its regions, beautiful landscapes and patrimony.
And in football, MC Magra won over their hosts TRB El Milia 2-1, and USM Khenchla beat IRB Maghnia 4-0 in the Algerian Football Cup, and with this, both teams qualified to the round of 16 in the same competition. With that, our news edition comes to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.